তাহারানি কাজে গেলে পাপে দূরে তাহারানি কাজে গেলে পাপে দূরে প্রভু সেবা কথা প্রভু গঙ্গার পরশে বাঁচাতে পাওয়া শাসনে পবিত্র Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण
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 महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
तारस्कंधे चढी नृत्य कैल बहुक्षण
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
तारस्कंदे चढ नृत्य कैल बहुकृष्ण
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
महेश आवेश हैला सचिरानंदन
तारस्कंद चढी नृत्य कैल बहुक्षण
तारस्कंदे चढी नृत्य कैला बहुक्षण महेश आवेश in the mood of Lord Shiva.
In the mood of Lord Shiva,
Haila
Haila
became
became
Sachira
Sachira
of Mother Sachi.
of Mother Sachi.
Nandana,
Nandana,
son.
son.
Taraskande,
Taraskande,
on his shoulder.
on his shoulder.
Chadi,
Chadi,
getting on.
getting on.
Nritya,
Nritya,
dance.
dance.
Kaila,
Kaila,
did.
did.
Bahukshana,
Bahukshana,
for a long time.
for a long time.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhuji ki
Jai.
Translation. Then Lord Chaitanya, adopting the mood of Lord Shiva, got on the man's shoulders, and thus they danced together for a long time. Purport. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu adopted the mood of Lord Shiva, for he is Shiva also. According to the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Veda Tattva, Lord Shiva is not different from Lord Vishnu. But still, Lord Shiva is not Lord Vishnu. Just as yogurt is nothing but milk, yet is not milk nevertheless. One cannot get the benefit of milk by drinking yogurt. Similarly, one cannot get salvation by worshipping Lord Shiva. If one wants salvation, one must worship Lord Vishnu. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Masthani sarva bhutani na chaham tesu avasthita. Everything is resting on the Lord, for everything is His energy, yet He is not everywhere. Lord Chaitanya's adopting the mode of Lord Shiva is not extraordinary. But one should not therefore think that by worshipping Lord Shiva one is worshipping Lord Chaitanya. That would be a mistake. Well, that's it. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desatari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namah. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktaksham Namami Bhakta Saktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, would really like to welcome all the devotees for our Sunday Feast program. Prabhuji has requested and planned for a Gaur Gatha series. Yes, though we are not qualified, but we'll try to share something for our purification. So little glorification for our Mahaprabhu and his associates. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Sriyatam Sriyatam Nityam Giyatam Giyatam Muda Chintyatam Chintyatam Bhaktya Chaitanya Charitamritam. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Sriyatam Sriyatam. Yes, we should hear what? Chaitanya Charitamrita. When? Before Gaur Purnima. What are you saying? Nitya. Yes. Yes. We hear Gaur Katha when we chant Gaur Arati. We usually in our temple we also say Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dayakara More. We sing the bhajan. And we also chant Panchatattva mantra before chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. At the same time, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami said that yes, we should develop that desire to read every day, to be absorbed in Gaur Katha every day. And especially like Bhakti Sastri for our Gaudias, like our parent organization, right? That they have to read at least 100 times of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Right, that was their Bhakti Sastri in one way. Right, yeah. And especially also it was a beginning course, just like here we have a Gita course. For Bhakti Saraswati Thakur's time, their Gita course, their beginning course is Chaitanya Bhagavat. Because everybody can relate, because it's so sweet. That's why Prabhupada says, this is a true Bengali sweet. Yes, Prabhupada likes Sandesh. One devotee brought Sandesh. Prabhupada really liked it. And somehow, all the other devotees, they heard that Prabhupada likes Sandesh. And then there was a university program in LA, and same devotee really was distributing Chaitanya Charitamrita. And another devotee also brought a Sandesh. And the Prabhupada said, no, I want to take this Bengali sweet, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is a true Bengali sweet. Yes, and yes, that's what, not only we have to hear Nityam, but Gyatam Muda. Yes, we should glorify also Mahaprabhu. So that's why Nityananda Prabhu also says, Golo Gauranga, Loho Gauranga, now. Wherever you go, just chant Gauranga! Gauranga! And Muda, smilingly, happily, blissfully, we should chant Gauranga. And once you chant Gauranga, then all the ecstasy will really come out. And then he's saying, Chintyatam. Yes, we should meditate, we should contemplate the activities, the pastimes, the instructions of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And that should be the essence of our life. And especially, it is also mentioned, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying that this Chaitanya Charitamrita is like Iksudanda. Chaitanya Charitra Iksudanda Shama Sarvane Karite Hoya Rasa Aswadana. Like this Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Charitra is like Iksudanda, like sugar cane. And in the sugar cane, which part is sweeter, the root or the middle part or the end part? Which is sweeter? You can take any part.
Root is more sweet.
Root is more sweeter.
ऊपर थोड़ा salty लगता
Yes. Right. What, like once you take the that's especially yesterday we were reading in another program the Chaitanya Charitamrita 9th chapter Adi Lila. Prabhupada is talking about the Bhakti Vriksha. And in that, he talks about the root of this Bhakti Vriksha is, the seed is, Madhavendra Puri, and the main root is Paramananda Puri, and the trunk is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the branches, sub-branches, right? They are like the kind of different branches, and the main two branches are Nityananda Prabhu's and Anita Prabhu's. But otherwise, yes, especially Kacha Bhakt and Pakka Bhakt. Especially the leaves, like as Prabhuji is saying, the top part of the branches, they have not yet ripened enough. But especially, the roots, they are, completely absorbed in this love of separation. At the same time, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is saying, yes, and it's just a matter of time, everything will become sweeter. So that's why Gaur Goswami Maharaj gave the example of raw mango and dry mango. It's just a matter of time. As long as it is connected to the tree, it will become sweeter. Right? It is just the qualification that is required is just to be connected. So yes, and we should once you understand that it's so sweet, charvana, we should chew. It's not that punascharvita charvana. There's a contrast, right? The contrast of the material world that whatever we get, yes, it just fika pad jata hai those days. Chew, like Prabhupada said, tuchha, right? Like you feel that, kya hai ye sir? But then, the more and more we read our Chaitanya Charitamrita, जितना चरण कर रहे हैं उतना मीठा लग रहा है. And then Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Chaitanya Charitra Amrutara Sindhu. Like this is like a huge nectarian ocean. He is requesting all of you, right? all of us, Karnama na krupta kare jare eka bindu. Is it that we have to take the whole ocean to get satisfied? In that Amrutara Sindhu, just take a drop of it. And one devotee was very beautifully saying that. Like this Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's just like a nectarian river, and where there are beautiful flowers, like devotees are there, lotus flower devotees are there, and there are beautiful honeybees are there. They are taking the nectar of the lotuses, right? And then all the devotees who are just standing on the shore, they are not able to go into the nectarine ocean, right? Able to have darshan of the lotus, or they are not able to release, just like the honeybees, releasing the nectar from that. But then when the honeybee, comes to the shore of that nectarian river, and because these honeybees are completely intoxicated, right, with the honey that is coming out, then one little drop, falls, from that honeybee, right, and just by drinking, a devotee, he becomes intoxicated, right? That little drop of nectar that is falling from the honeybee, like devotees who are completely releasing the Chaitanya Charitamrita or the glories of the devotee, that really falls, and this devotee really gets maddened, and he completely submerged in the ocean of the nectar. That's the study. Yes, sometimes we say that yes, we have to go systematically. Yes, it is required. First we should read systematically, scrutinizingly Bhagavad Gita. Then we understand the words of Krishna, the position of Krishna, right? And then we go further. Then we study Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, where we understand the activities of Krishna, wonderful creation of Krishna, wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And then, right, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where we go more deeper, we understand the mind of Krishna, what exactly he is thinking. And someone might think that, it is too much philosophy, too much Siddhanta, bro, I have to study so much. And I was thinking that, after graduation from my school, the study is enough. Do I have to still continue? For them. Or is it that, I am doing just bhakti, right? Why do you need to, follow all these books and so on, right? And for them, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Siddhanta boliya chitte na karo alas, chaha hoite Krishna pade sudrudha manasa. Don't be lazy. You are not lazy for your sense enjoyment. Why are you lazy? For studying the scriptures. And Jaha hoite Krishna pade sudrudha manas. By reading the scriptures, right? Our conviction for Krishna bhakti will get strengthened. Yes, we are reading, because we have to pass the Shiksha levels, or sometimes just it's not a tick mark, right? Chalo ho gaya, ye padh liya. Like we need to really understand what kind of sacrifices our acharyas have done to give these scriptures. You see, right? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was at the age of 95. He was a Buddha Jara Atura, he's saying that. He's not able to speak, he's not able to see, he's saying that my mind is not sthira. I don't know what I am writing, but you see, this is the nectarian scripture that has come out from him. Just to, of course, he's saying that, I'm writing Apana Sodhana, it's for my purification. But we understand that. Right, how beautifully he is glorified, for all of us. Right? He does not know any of us. Does he know? Krishna Kaviraj Goswami knows any of you, right? Or any of us? No. But he's so compassionate to all of us, and he has left this behind. And now we know who is Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, what he has given, right? But we don't have time for him. How ungrateful we are. You are able to understand that how our acharyas, they have sacrificed, they have given so much without knowing any of us. But even after we know about our acharyas, what kind of sacrifices, how much hard struggle they have gone through, right? Writing the scriptures, living through the scriptures, but still, we don't have any gratitude for them by reading what they were given. And you see the mood of Srila Prabhupada, right? Like how, right? Like he was writing Srimad Bhagavatam the whole nights. And he was writing, and then in between, he said that, okay, now, yes, I have given the essence of everything, right, in the first two cantos, and now we have progressed so much. But at the same time, his heart is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? Yes, I have not given something still, to my followers, to all the disciples. He paused Srimad Bhagavatam translation, and he started. Right? He started in such a fiery speed. Right? Because there was always a competition between Srila Prabhupada and the publisher, right, to publish the books. Right? At one point of time, he saw that, his transcripts, his manuscripts were really lying, and and it's not coming out. And then he kind of gave a challenge, right? Always, whenever there is a challenge, devotees works up, right? He said, Rameswar Prabhu sometime he was telling about that challenge. Right? Prabhupada challenge. You must publish these books as soon as possible. Right? And he gave also timeline. What is the timeline? You have to publish 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months. If somebody says that, Prabhuji, complete karo padna. Prabhuji, 10 साल हो गया अभी चालू ही नहीं किया प्रभुजी. You can understand, right? You have to edit, you have to do all the design, you have to do the all the artist work, so much things. No, you have to do it in 2 months. All the devotees, as we are practical, right? Srila Prabhupada is impossible. And what does Prabhupada say? Impossible in the words of the full dictionary. Right? So, yes, in the spirituality, in the process of devotional service, right? We cannot grow in our comfort zone. Right? Oh, this is what we have been doing, and we will continue to do it. As we have been publishing the books, one book in 2 months, maybe we'll do it. We'll publish all these 17 volumes in another 2 years or so. Right? And Prabhupada said no. Right? You have to do it in 2 months. Right? And everybody understood that what Prabhupada really meant what he said. And they just stopped in that morning walk, they came back. Right? And they started and they did it. And at the end, Prabhupada said, whoever has really worked on this, they will really go back to Godhead. And that is a gift that Prabhupada has bestowed. And similarly, here also, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is saying that, whoever hears Chaitanya Charitamrita, they will develop love towards the Chaitanya Charana. You want to develop love? Still some are not sure. Yes, we should have intense desire to read Chaitanya Charitamrita, to Chaitanya Charitra, to meditate, to hear, to sing, to narrate the pastimes of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Because of Srila Prabhupada's compassion, we have Chaitanya Charitamrita. And because of the compassion of Advaita Acharya, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is Advaita Acharya? Yes. Sadasiva. Har Har Bol. Bam Bam Bole. Om No Shivaya. And how grateful we should be to Lord Shiva. Because the source of Shiva is Sadasiva. He appeared in this age Kali Yuga as Advaita Acharya. And he invoked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the spiritual world to come here. And what is the quality of Lord Shiva? Because today is Shivaratri, we thought that we will just glorify also Lord Shiva. And at the same time, we will glorify from the perspective of Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Chaitanya Bhagavat and all the Lord's pastimes. I'll try to understand, we heard the verse, right? How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Shiva, how he started dancing. I am Sankara, Muise Sankara, Muise Sankara. So, what is the mood of Lord Shiva? It is said that in Navadip Mahatmya, that once in the beginning of Kali Yuga, all the Sonakadi Rishis, they assembled in Navadip. And they spoke to Sudha Goswami. We have heard Srimad Bhagavatam narrated by Srila Vasudev. But now, would really like to hear Gaur Katha. And Sudha Goswami, he started narrating Gaur Katha. And at that time, like Brahma, Shiva, because this is what they would really like to see also. This is their meditation. Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gadaga. This is they always get in ecstasy. Shiva, Sukha, Narada, Brahma, everybody, right? They want to spend some time with the Gauranga, right? But like they saw that Gauranga Mahaprabhu has not yet appeared, but let's go and hear the Gaur Katha. And Brahma was going and Lord Shiva was going, and the class was already announced. Right, of course there was no instant messaging. Right? It took some time, but then when Lord Shiva said, yes, I have to go. How he was coming through his career, bull, right? And then he said that it's going too slow. Right? Somehow we are used to hear, चलो यार 15 मिनट के बाद भी चलेगा, 13 माधव हो जाने के बाद, और ठीक है थोड़ा इंट्रो होगा, तो ठीक है, नहीं प्रसादों के टाइम पे तो पहुंच जाएंगे. But the true Rasika Bhakta, their quality is what? I have to reach on time. So like Lord Shiva thought that, we are getting late. So what I have to do? He saw that, somebody is going faster than me. Who is going? Brahma with his swan carrier. And then he said, chalo yaar, and now नया गाड़ी से लिफ्ट मांगते हैं. ब्रह्मा जी give me lift. Right, and then he boarded, the swan, right, and then he came. Right? How Lord Shiva is trying to show us that, how eager we should be to hear once again Gaur Katha. Right, and it is mentioned that, like still that Hamsa Bahan is there, and Lord Shiva kind of sitting there, and this Hamsa Bahan, this deity, it really gets heated up. Why it really gets heated up? Because Lord Shiva gets so much in anxiety. I have not heard Gaur Katha for a long time. And the devotees, they pour water, at the same time they organize Gaur Katha, and then it cool down. And that should be the intense anxiety of all of us, right? To hear Gaur Katha. And like. I was kind of remembering a little bit, especially the favorite section in Srimad Bhagavatam is really our recently we did our Prachetas interaction with Lord Shiva. That's there in 4th canto, 24th chapter and 30th chapter, where how all the Prachetas they went with the instruction of their father Prachetivari sir, to approach the Lord, to worship the Lord, to meditate on the Lord, before they take over the kingdom. And on the way, seeing the desire of Prachetas, and Lord Shiva, he came. Whenever there's a sincere desire, Lord comes, or he sends his representatives. Here Lord Shiva comes, and he was so happy and was seeing the inquisitive, the sincerity, the simplicity of the Prachetas, and he started talking about the glories of Lord Krishna, about his qualities of Lord Krishna, his guna of Krishna, the position of Krishna. And then he talked about the beautiful form of Krishna, Snigdha, Prabhupada Khana Shyamam, Sarva Saundarya Sangraham, like how Lord is, form is like Ghanashyam, and he's Sarva Saundarya Sangraham, he's the abode of all beauty, right? And how he's Charu Yata, and how he's a beautiful Chaturu Bahu form. How he says Sujata Suchira Ananam, and how he's a beautiful smiling face. And then he's a Padma Kosa Kapala, he's having a beautiful Kapala, like the forehead. Beautifully he glorified the Lord's form. And then Lord Shiva, he said that yes, we should understand the Krishna Tattva. We should understand the form of Krishna, how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then, how do you really connect to the Bhagavan, right? Through the process of bhakti. Through the process of bhakti. And then he started glorifying that how this process of bhakti is so ekanta bhaktya, right? Only through the bhakti we can approach the Supreme Lord. And how can you really practice the bhakti? You have to practice the bhakti through bhaktas. And then he started glorifying about the glories of the devotees. And that famous sloka, right? Kshanardhapi, Kshanardhapi tulai, na sargam na punarbhavam. Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya Martyanam ki mutasisa. Like just a little bit of association with the devotees. It cannot be compared with anything in this world. Anything in this world. That's the highest benediction that we can really ask for. So, Lord Shiva, he wanted to, tell his disciple or his follower, what should we aim for? What is the process? Right? And what we should really ask for. Right? That's what we should be very clear in our prayer. When we should approach the Lord. Because most of the times we go to the Lord, we don't know what to ask for. But here Lord Shiva is telling the Prachetas, yes, you should talk about Krishna and how beautiful his form is. And you have to approach Krishna through the process of bhakti. And you have to approach, perform this bhakti through the association of bhaktas. And then, right, yes, Lord Shiva talked about how we should perform this devotion to Lord Hari in an uninterrupted way. And following the instruction of Rudra, Lord Shiva, Prachitas, they performed this tapasya under the water for 10,000 years. And seeing how cooperatively the Prachitas, they really performed their bhakti, Lord Vishnu, he came and he was so pleased. He said that, oh, how beautifully, how cooperatively you are coming together and doing this process of bhakti. Now you ask for any benediction that you want. Right? And they said, okay, we have heard from our spiritual master what we should really ask for. Yes, devotee is very clear, right? The Lord is in front of you, right? He's not asking that, oh Lord, you be there with me only, or I want to go with you. Right? Yes, they are saying very beautifully that this is a very beautiful verse. There is a 4th canto, 38th chapter, and 33 verse. It is said that Yavate Maya Sprishta Brahmama Iha Karmavi Tavat Bhavat Prasanganam Sangasyanna Bhave Bhave. Yes, we don't know because we don't think we are qualified enough to go to the spiritual world right now. Bhave Bhave. As long as we are in this material world, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, because we are still having so much of anarthas within us. As long as we are here, as long as we are Brahmama, we are wandering in this material world, right? Please do one thing. What? Tavat Bhavat Prasangana. Please, give the association of your devotees, right? Because yes, this world is very difficult. Then Lord asks, if you are asking for, this is a very difficult world, why don't you come directly to me, right? Prasiddhas is saying, no. Yes, it is very difficult, but at the same time, it is so soothing, right? To be here in the association of the devotees. Because once we are in the association of the devotees, we can really feel the presence of the Lord. And once again, they glorified the, what are the glories of Sadhu Sangha? Right? Like how, this Tulayama, just a little bit association with the devotees, how it is so glorious. And they talked about what do you do in the association? Right? And they said, in the association of the devotees, we hear. And then let's go. What is the benefit of hearing? What do you get hearing? What is the benefit of hearing? And Prachitas, they give the benefit of hearing. What is the benefit of hearing? Very beautiful sloka once again. This is the 330, 35. You see, Yatra idyante katham rishnas trisnaya prasamayata nirvairam yatra bhutesu nadvegak yatra kaschana. He gives around, Prachitas gives 4 effects of hearing in the association of devotees. What are the 4 benefits? Yes, in the yatra yedyante kathamrishta. Yedyante. We worship kathamrishtas, the pure narrations that is coming out from the Lord, from the devotee's mouth. Right? What happens? First time, trusnaya prasamam. Everybody is hankering, for what we don't have. Right? Yes. Right? There will be always something that we don't have. There will be always something that others have that we don't have. Right? And that this disease of trusna will really get cessation. Trusnaya prasamam yata. And then second one is that nirvairam. People will become non-envious. Right? Non-envious. At least once you are hearing Krishna Katha, at least you don't feel envious towards each other. Right? We feel that how beautiful is my Lord and how I am so insignificant. And then na dvega yatra kashana. Not any point of time do I have any anxiety. So any kind of anxiety, right? That's what kind of you see that how devotees come together and nicely sleep. Yatra kashana. And okay, somehow you really wake up from the sleep, then one anxiety, class kab khatam hoga, prasadam jayenge. But but still, devotees are releasing so much. That's why the devotees are coming and releasing in the Krishna Katha. And the fourth benefit, Prachetas are saying that yatra Narayana Sakshat. Yes, we can experience Lord Narayana in the association of the devotees. So we can really understand how our Acharya is saying and emphasizing, right? The position of Krishna, how is Ekala Isara Krishna, Arasamupritya. And then they talk about Ekaya Bhakti, the process of Bhakti we have to follow. And then we have to follow the process of Bhakti in the association of devotees. And in the association of the devotees, what do? We hear Krishna Katha. And once you do hear Krishna Katha, and then, right, the rest of the things will really follow. And that's the only desire of a devotees, right? That we should really learn, from the instructions of Lord Shiva to Prachetas and how they successfully, right, they practiced it and they pleased Lord Vishnu, and the benediction they also asked, is the same word what they had received from Lord Shiva. And yes, Lord Shiva, like of course yesterday Prabhuji gave a very nice class about the awakening, right? So we'll not go in detail, but we'll just kind of, as we said, we'll discuss a little bit from this one, that how Lord Shiva, he is Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. Yes, we know that, right? How Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. Nimna Ganam Yatha Ganga, Devanam Achitam Yatha, Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu, Purananam Idam Tatha. Out of all the scriptures, Bhagavatam is the best. Out of all the Lord, how we should take shelter of Lord Achyuta, and out of all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva. And one of we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, and one of the main Sampradaya, of course, where we come, is a Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, there's coming from Brahma, there's a Sri Sampradaya, there's a Kumar Sampradaya, and the 4th one is Rudra Sampradaya. Who is the founder Acharya of that? Vishnu Swami. Like now, of course, it comes from Lord Shiva, and the first founder Acharya is Vishnu Swami. Lord Shiva gave it to Vishnu Swami. Right? And of course nowadays, right, we don't hear so much of Vishnu Swami, but we hear of Vallabhacharya or the Pushti Marg or the Vallabha Sampradaya. It's an offshoot of this Rudra Sampradaya. So sometimes devotees have this question, should we really visit Shiva temple? Right, one time, right, I think Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had visited a Meenakshi temple, and some Sri Vaishnavas, they got hold of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They asked, oh, Vaishnava Maharaj, why you are here? You are not supposed to be in a Devi temple. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur replied, I am coming to visit the consort of Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. Now, the devotee relates and has so much of respect, for Lord Shiva. Right? And at the same time, there was one same kind of instance. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, it happened in Sivakanchi, in Kanchipuram also. That how the devotees had, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had visited, he got the similar question and he answered that. And Yes, usually once you go to the Shiva temple, like people ask for so many material things, but our acharyas have told that what we should really ask, following the footsteps of Prachetas, that's with the right mood. Right? So, once we see the Lord Shiva, right? He has how many eyes? Three lochana. He's got three lochana. One we see is one is black, one is white, and it's like fried, fiery saffron color. Anybody knows what does that signify? Anybody knows what does that signify? I don't know. One of the Vaishnava acharyas called Govinda Das. He gives a very beautiful description. What does the three lochana represents? Would like to know? Not sure. Very nicely, he says that this black eye represents Lord Krishna, and the white eye represents Radharani. He says, and then this middle eye, right, of this third one represents. Yes, Haribo! It's a combination of Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, right? The third eye represents the combination of Radha and Krishna. That represents Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki! It was really interesting that how in Lord Shiva also, like we can see, like Radha, Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Right. And then another name of Lord Shiva is Panchanana. What is Panchanana means?
5
5 mouths, yes, And Mahaprabhu also, right? He becomes also Panchamukha. Do you know how? Do you know how he becomes Panchamukha? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is meeting devotees, and what he does? He glorifies devotees. And he says, Bhaktera Mahima Prabhu Kaite Paya Sukha, Bhaktera Mahima Kaite Haya Panchamukha. What is the meaning? Who could understand this? It's simple Bengali. Bhaktera Mahima Kaite Prabhu Paya Bada Sukha. Like devotees should be really so happy in appreciating, glorifying the devotees, because they are so rarest, in this whole material world. And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us. How a devotee should be so happy in meeting the devotees and glorifying the devotees. How they, after so many Brahmanda, Brahmi, they Kona Bhagyavan, after wandering through so many lifetimes, we have come, to take shelter of Gaurnita, take shelter of our Guru Parampara. So fortunate we are. Yes, there could be so many things that we might not like, right? But one thing that is good enough is that they are devotees. Right? And seeing that, Mahaprabhu says, Bhakta Mahima Kahite, Paya, Vada Sukha, and he becomes Panchamukha. He becomes, just like he's glorifying, like Lord Ananta, right? Like he glorifies in thousands of foods, like in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu following the mood of Lord Shiva. He wants to glorify with the 5 mouths. That's like we hear in Haridas Thakur's pastime or in so many other pastimes. How Mahaprabhu would go on and go on and go on, narrating the glories of his devotees. And yes, this is another pastime that we just heard, right? Like we just read in the 17th chapter from Adi Leela, how in this, his Balya Leela, Adi Leela, how one time there was one poet, Saiva poet, he came and this was the devotees, and he was chanting very beautifully, very melodiously, the glories of Lord Shiva. And hearing that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got into ecstasy, he got into the shoulder of that devotee, and he started saying, Mudita Sankara, Mudita Sankara, Mudita Sankara. Right? And then he started telling everybody, I am Lord Shiva, I am Lord Shiva, I am Lord Shiva. Right? Like he wanted to tell the devotees that how he's so close, right? How he's so dear to Lord Shiva, and the Lord Shiva is so dear to him. Right? And at the same time, how Prabhupada gives this very clear clarification to all of us that there is a difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Shiva, or Mahaprabhu and Shiva. What is the difference? Just like Kheeram Yathara Devikara Vishesha Yogurt, like milk and yogurt. Right? Yes, there is a milk, right? And there is some condensed milk. What is the condensed milk?
Yogurt.
So sweet. And the condensed milk is who? Radharani. There's a love of Krishna, right? See, what is that? The sweetened dahi, right? Mishti dahi, right? And then curd is, and each has its own purpose, right? Yeah. And curd is really Lord Shiva, right? Yes, if you want to drink, if somebody needs milk, we cannot give curd. Right? And like here, Prabhupada is clarifying that, yes, Lord Shiva, he is Amsa avatar of Lord Krishna. He is Amsa avatar. He is so close to the Lord. At the same time, he is different. Yes, curd comes from milk, but at the same time, it is different. Right? Yes, once we are approaching Lord Shiva, we should not approach in the word that you are the supreme, but how you are the Amsa avatar of Lord Krishna, and how we can really worship you, right, or respect you, so that we can really go back to the abode of Krishna. And while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India, there's also one more pastime happens in Sri Saila. He was traveling, and in that Sri Saila, there's this place of Mallikarjuna temple, and Mahaprabhu went there, and at that time it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right, Madhya Leela 9th chapter, that Shiva Durga rahe taha Brahman rave se Mahaprabhu dekhi dohar hoila ullase. How Shiva and Parvati, they were in a Brahmana rave se, and Mahaprabhu was so happy seeing both of them. Though they were there in disguise, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi, he went there to collect the alms. And not once, but 3 days he stayed to take association of Lord Shiva there. Tina dina bhiksha diva kari nimantrana nivruta vasi gupta varta kare duhi jana. So not only he took alms from Lord Shiva for 3 days, but also once we see what is the need, or what is the use of coming the association of the devotees? Machita madhata prana vadayanta parasava. Here Mahaprabhu is in the mood of a devotee. Bhakta Bhava Angikara, Vaishnavana Yatha Sambhu. They came together and they did a confidential Krishna Katha. Gupta Varta Kahe Doi Jana. Tara Sanghe Mahaprabhu Koila Ishta Goshti. Ishta Goshti is not that, okay, what problem is happening in which place. Right? And we're talking about real Krishna Katha is, that's why, is really Ishta Goshti. Right? And how Lord Shiva is also so maddened, so intoxicated in really chanting the holy name of the Lord. And there's one prayer also written by Mahaprabhu. It is said that it's written in Chaitanya Charitra Mahakavya by Murari Gupta. Yes, usually we see that how Sikshastakam is the only prayer written by Mahaprabhu. Like Murari Gupta, who is close associate of Mahaprabhu, he has mentioned that one more prayer that he had written is the Sivastakam. And then in Sivastakam, there's a nice prayer. Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sore Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva Ityadi Nama Mridapana Matta Bhrunge Dipaya Khila Dukkha Hantre. How come it is, Lord Shiva's prayer? It's only Lord's names are there, Lord Krishna's names are there. What is saying? Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sore. And what other name? Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva. I am really, praying to Lord Shiva, who is always, intoxicated with chanting of these names of Lord Krishna. What are the names? Sri Rama Govinda Mukunda Sore and Sri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva. I am really praying to that Lord Shiva, who is always intoxicated in chanting the holy names of the Lord. And yes, by just chanting that holy name of the Lord, Vrangadi Paya Khila Dukkha Hantre, all the miseries are really get dissolved, and then he really also gets the qualities of madness. So I was thinking that today we'll discuss how to be mad. How to be mad. Because yes, everybody is mad. Isn't it? Everybody is mad. Somebody is mad for, like Kanaka Kamini Pratishtha. And somebody is mad after Krishna. We have to be mad. But Lord has given a choice to us. You decide what you want to do. Somebody is mad that I want to distribute the holy names of the Lord everywhere. I want to develop a nice, facility for the Lord. Because unless we are mad, we cannot be happy. Right? Because in the Bhagavatam, there's a very beautiful sloka. I really like that. It says that Yascha tamudhatam loke Yascha buddhe param gata Tau obhav sukham evete Klishyanti antarita jana. There are two kinds of people who are very happy. Who are they? Tau ubham satya. These are two kinds of people, they are always happy. One people, right? Yascha mudhatam loke, who are completely intoxicated with this material sense enjoyment. They don't know anything apart from sense enjoyment. Yes, they are, in their own world, they are happy. And another set of people who are happy is that who are completely transcendental, the pure devotees of the Lord. But the people who are in between, Klishyanti antarita jana. मैंने थोड़ा सा ऑफिस भी जाने का You see, the devotees who are completely, yeah, they are just aiming just to serve Krishna. Right? Or the people, somehow, they are intoxicated, like, just, me and mine, aham and mama. Yes, they are happy in their own world because they don't know, yes, what is, of course, is going to happen in the next moment. Right? They are just like an ostrich, so just digging the hole and just, doing the atmaha. And at this point of time, at least they are thinking that I am happy. In that illusion, at least they are happy. But the people who are in between, Klishyanti antarita jana. So now we have to make up a mind. What? We have to be mad.
You have to give up job.
So how do we mad? That we have to decide. Right? And right. So just seeing that, hearing that madness, right? And just remember this beautiful pastime. How, right? Because we hear this pastime of how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Varanasi, Kasi. And then after there's a very detailed pastime, will not be able to go in detail. But just to take his harance and the essence. When Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi, right, he, while he was going, right, he transformed even these deers and the tigers and the fields, through the holy name of the Lord. He really intoxicated everybody, with the holy name of the Lord. And then once he reached there, Tapan Misra was there. He took Mahaprabhu to his house, and Chandrasekharacharya, he was there to serve Mahaprabhu. And there was one more Brahmana, who is that, little Antarita Jana. He was a little disturbed. Oh, Kasi means, all the Mayavadis, right? And how you see, this Tapan Misra, and they are very happy, they are completely absorbed, right? But I don't know what to do, but still I cannot tolerate that how, right, as soon as Mahaprabhu appeared, how this Prakasanda Saraswatis and this, all the Mayavadis, they are blaspheming Mahaprabhu. That, this is a bhavuka, he's a sentimental guy, he's just roaming around, chanting and dancing. And he's not only chanting and dancing, he's making others also to chant and dance. And not only that, I really wonder how, right, this bhavuka, right, intoxicated our Acharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarva Bhattacharya is supposed to be known as the topmost Acharya who had known all the Shastras, all the Sardarshanas. And just because of the association of this, Bhavuka, this mad person, he also became mad. So, I am telling you, you should stay away from them. Asal Sangatya.
Maya और व्याख्या
दूर रहो बाबा, ये जो हरे कृष्णा वाला से ना, मैंने सुना है, लेकिन मेरा चाचा का मामा का लड़का का दोस्त का भाई क्या हुआ उसको पता है, मैंने सुना है वो तो हरे कृष्णा वाला से मिल गया और अभी तो सब कुछ छोड़ दिया, अभी उसका भाई का चाचा का कुछ तो किसी का भी क्या है नामकरण सेरेमनी था, वो आया ही नहीं उधर पे। You see? हरे कृष्णा वाले से दूरी रहो। Like we say that Asal Sangatya, that's why people really get scared. That's why Prakashananda Saraswati was also getting scared. Mahaprabhu said, dur raho. And finally, what to do? This Maharashtrian Brahmana, he said, I cannot tolerate the offense, to Mahaprabhu. How merciful he is, Namo Mahavadanya. He is distributing it, this holy name. Patra vichar nahi sthana sthan. Jai jahan pahe tahan kare premadan. He does not see the qualification, who is qualified, who is not qualified. It's the right place or it's not right place. He is distributing this love of God to everybody. But how, see these people, they are not able to appreciate what Mahaprabhu is giving. And hearing that, Lord, within the Samjay Brahmana's heart, he inspired him to plan for a program so that they can meet. Right? Of course, right? This happened while Mahaprabhu, he came back from Vrindavan once again to Puri, and this meeting happens. And right, how this is a very beautiful pastime how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he goes there, right? Once you see that okay, there is a competition is about to happen, you want to be also introduced as the so and so, right? Like passed out from this and this, having this and this degree, and having this and this material qualification and so on, right? But how Mahaprabhu introduced in that assembly of Prakashananda Saraswati and 60,000 disciples, how he was there? He went there and he said where all the chappals, right, or the shoes were there of everybody, and he was just sitting there. How like Mahaprabhu also teaching us, this was the art of preaching. Yes, it's very difficult to preach in this material world. But the first quality that Mahaprabhu is teaching us that be humble, right? Because once you are arrogant, right? Anyway, all these people they have so much of antagonistic behavior towards you. Once you don't give one more opportunity for them to stay away from Krishna, right? Somehow or other, right? Create that ajnana sukruti within them, so that they can start appreciating the devotees of their Lord. Develop some qualities, right, within all of us, right, so that others can appreciate, that yes, you are a good human being, you are a gentleman, right? How you really approach others. So this is a very, very important quality that Mahaprabhu is teaching us, how to be humble, right, in our preaching. Of course, we will discuss that how, once we are humble, once, his heart is softened, and then how Mahaprabhu will come up with the right debate, right philosophy, and so on. Right? Mahaprabhu is not rejecting, Vedanta Sutra, but he will not, he'll not say that, no, I don't want to discuss Vedanta Sutra. He will go there, but initially, right, what do you want to do? You want to soften the heart, right? Yesterday only we were discussing, right, the one program, how, Brahmanda Brahmide Kona Bhagavan Gaur Krishna Bhakti Lata Bija. Now this Bija, this Bhakti is Bija, is a seed that we have received, right? And this Bhakti this seed has to be planted or sowed in a fertile land. In a fertile land. If this land is not fertile, right, this Bhakti Lata Bija cannot grow. It cannot grow, right? in a barren land, the Bhakti-Rata cannot grow. So, how we should have the humility, and that humility is that fertile ground. And Lord Mahaprabhu showed that. And at the same time, of course, he showed his potency, right? Like how Mahaprabhu had so much of effulgence, right? Because Mayavadis, they see the effulgence, they really like that, and seeing that, we might not say, that next time Rahul Prabhu will give the class in a Piche 6 streets, where the light will come out. No, right? What Mahaprabhu is teaching us that, right? And it's not that we have to use a lot of Vicco or some ice cream, or some turmeric cream, something like that. A lot of effulgence will come out. Right? What Prabhupada says that, in the preaching, purity is the force. This purity will really bring that influence, that teja, that prabhav, right? That purity of our sincerity of our purpose really brings that. And then, what happens? Then all the Prakasanda Saraswatis, they see this humility, they see the purity of Mahaprabhu. They come and they started respecting, and with that, as we said, Mahaprabhu created Ajnata Sukruti on them, right? And they started loving, they're respecting Mahaprabhu, like somehow that's why we always, whenever we organize a nice program, right? We somehow, why do we create this atmosphere so that they really feel happy? Oh, it was a nice decoration. Oh, it was a nice prasadam, right? They start appreciating a little bit. Right? If the new people come, they say, "Oh, khichdi kya tha ISKCON ka?" Just by appreciating khichdi, they will go back to Godhead. Forget about eating it. That's where the Ajnata Sukriti starts. Right? Somehow or other in the preaching, we have to create an atmosphere so that they start appreciating. They start appreciating. Right? Just whatever way people come, oh, kya tha kirtan? Oh, kya tha? Like, what do we say? Like how Mahaprabhu really, what was his weapon? Right? Weapon was his really, his duty. Sangha Pangastra Parsadam. Right? We bring everybody, all the new people, we show them the beauty of the Lord, right? And then we give the weapon. What is the other weapon? Prasad. Right? The holy name of the Lord. Right? This is the weapons. Like, Mahaprabhu is not going to Varanasi. Do you know, there's another pastime, all of you might have heard in Krishna book. This, I think, there, right? Like this Kasiraj story, right? The Kasiraj, the kind of so-called transcendental fight between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna happens, right? And how Lord Krishna at that time, he sent his Sudarshan Chakra to annihilate, right, that Kasiraj and also the whole Varanasi city, right? And that's where, right, he gave this place, that Ekamra, Khetra, Bhubaneswar, to Lord Shiva. Right? But now, the same Lord Krishna, he's going to Varanasi and he's not going to Sudarshan Chakra. How he has gone? He has gone with his humility. He has gone with his purity. He has gone with those weapons to transform everybody, transform everybody's heart, not to really kill anybody there. This is the difference. That's why Srila Prabhupada tells again and again and again how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more and more merciful than even Lord Krishna himself. Because Lord Krishna, he asked for that, yes, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. But Mahaprabhu is not asking anything. He just distributing this love of God to everybody. And he created that Ajnata Sukriti Prasanta Saraswati. And then, right, now they took him to the stage, they brought him, and Mahaprabhu said, and then all the sannyasis, they started asking, what are you doing? Why are you chanting and dancing? Usually, you are also, from our sampradaya only. That is another, Mahaprabhu's innovative trick, that how he took sannyas in that sampradaya itself to transform them. That was the purpose. That how he maintained the tradition of this Madhavendra Puri, and he took, sannyas from them, right? This innovation and tradition. That's why the symbiosis, right? And the hybrid, how a devotee does, for preaching, right? And right, like Prakasanta Saraswati and others, you are from our sampradaya, हमारे लोग हैं, कुछ साझा नहीं हो रहा, what are you doing, singing and dancing, ये सब क्या है? And hearing that, Mahaprabhu answers very nicely. He says that that somehow or other I am a murkha, I am unpad, right? Like, who is Mahaprabhu? Who has defeated Kesava Kashmiri, right? And he's saying that. So he's saying that Sannyasi Hariya, this is there in the Adi Lila, chapter 7, that Prabhu kohe suna sripa dihara karana guru more murkha dekhi korila. Isn't it, why am I doing it, this chanting and dancing? Because one time I went to Gaya, and at that time, I met my spiritual master. Who is spiritual master? Iswarapuri. And he said that, Nimai, you are a murkha and you don't have any qualification to read Vedanta Sutra. What you should do? Guru more mukha dekhi karila sasan. He made me disciplined through how? Murkha tumi tomar nahi ka Vedanta adhikara Krishna mantra japa sada e mantra sara. This is the mantra we should chant. Nama vino kale kale nahi ara dharma sarva mantra sara nama e shastra marma. I said the essence of all the scriptures is chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Right? Yes, we don't have any qualification to read all the Vedas and Upanishads, and we don't have time. Right? How Mahaprabhu, understanding our disqualifications, how he taught, right, all these Prakashananda Saraswatis, what is the essence of all the Shastras, right? And then he's saying, what is the benefit of this chanting of the holy name? Krishna maite have samsara mochana, Krishna nama haite pave Krishnera charana. Right? This chanting of the holy name is Taraka and Parak. It not only will help us, going beyond this material world, it will help in Tarak, but also in Parak. It will help us in achieving ourselves, going back to the lotus feet of the Lord. And then, of course, Iswarapuri, he talks about, how there is no other way, there is no other Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Right? And Prabhupada is writing that how, this Hare, like simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly, one can be freed from all subtle and gross material imperfections. Right? And I heard it from my spiritual master, and I just followed it. What I did, I started chanting. And then do you know what happened? Like, yes, I started Dharya Dharite Hoila. Haila unmat. I become intoxicated. I got maddened. Hasi kandi nachi gai hoile nimantre. I become intoxicated. I started singing and dancing. And whenever I have doubt, what I do the next? What I should do? Once again, I went to my spiritual master. I started asking, Kiva mantro dila gosai, kiva tarabal, japite japite ho korila pagal. What is saying? Oh, you took some medicine from the doctor, right? And then, right, you had some side effect. And once again, you go to the doctor. Okay, doctor, what you gave? Some of I'm having some other symptoms. Could you please tell me what is happening? Right? He's saying that how there is a, I become intoxicated. I become mad. What is it? And then here, Iswarapuri, he's saying. Very beautifully he's saying Krishna Nama Mahamantra Eita Swabhava Jai Rupe Tara Krishna Upajaya Bhava. Yes, you are on the right track. This is what happens, right? Once you start chanting the holy names of the Lord. And right, like very beautifully, right? Like like Iswarapuri started smiling. And Prabhupada writing that how like the sole objective of this spiritual master is to really instruct in the right direction what a disciple should do, and a disciple should really follow whatever is the instruction of Mahaprabhu, or instruction of the spiritual master, and then
वो Zoom में चालू हो गया, ये YouTube में.
So, and then Iswarapuri was so happy, seeing the symptoms of Seeing the symptoms of ecstatic love of Mahaprabhu. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that how it is so auspicious, and the whole purpose of a disciple is to bring smile into the spiritual master's face. That is the essence of all of us. If we somehow or other we make our spiritual master smile with our service. That's why Prabhupada's disciples, they used to always tell us that after doing so much of book distribution, they are doing so much service. One day used to come back and see the smile of Srila Prabhupada. They say, yes, our life is successful. They were not asking for anything else. The whole purpose of doing so much seva is just to get a smile of the spiritual master. And what the spiritual master becomes happy? When he becomes happy, when he sees that, the disciple has become mad for Krishna. Right? Because that is the whole and sole purpose. Right? As long as we are not mad, we will be mad for material things. Right? That's how I'll just wrap up now. So how our Acharya is saying, especially in this section also, yesterday night only, Sri Guru Prabhu had called and we were discussing about this verse only, because he is also planning to speak in ISKCON Dwarka today, and we are sharing our notes. Right, and we're talking about the same verse, how जीवन का लक्ष्य है पागल बनने का, लेकिन naturally. Not unnaturally. Right? It's not that Abhi now we heard that we have to be bad for Krishna, we don't care, right? What do? Right? We go and without any dress, following the mood of Lord Shiva, right? We go and do whatever the nonsense. No. Right? Somehow or other it has to come within. And that state, is being given by Mahaprabhu. That state is given by Narada Muni. Evam brata swa priyanama kirtya jatanurajo druta citta ujjai hasati atharo datiroti gayati unmadavan nrutyati lokavahai. How a devotee, like just taking the shelter of the holy names of the Lord, right? Jatanuraga, the ecstatic love develops within his heart, right? And druta citta, his heart gets melted, right? That's why the chanting of the holy name is not coming through the lips only. It has to come from the heart, to the melting of the heart. And then he starts chanting, Ujjai Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like here, this is the quality of a pure devotional mood, right? To stand Ujjai. That's why it's Ucha Sankirtana, right? And not only that, what he does, Hasati! Right? Devotees always smiling. Right? You know that pastime, right? How one time devotees were distributing, earlier the devotees were distributing books in airports, right? In a hiding way, right? Because people were not able to understand the benefit of book distribution. And everybody was getting really mad, especially the airport authorities. How come, we don't see the book distributors, right? But I see the books everywhere. They must be somewhere. and then the head of that department, they said, you can find out who are the book distributors by seeing who is smiling. Right? Devotee is the one who smiles. And if you are not smiling, means you are not a devotee. Right? Hasati, a devotee, he is so grateful, he is so happy coming to Krishna consciousness. A morning program is not a morning program. And we are happy coming into the system of the devotees. Hasati, Atha Rodati, cries in gratitude. How I am grateful to the Lord. Right? Of course, once again, the crying. It's not an artificial crying. Because the artificial, the tears that will wipe away all the conclusions of the scriptures. Like we hear that last time of Haridas Thakur, right? And not go in detail, but how not understand what is the true cry from the heart. Right? It's not that just a tears, right? The cry has to come from the heart. And Roti, he becomes agitated. Gayati, he starts chanting loudly everywhere without considering anything. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is writing that how Lord Chaitanya is telling us to be a servant of the holy name and not to be the master of the holy name. It's a very beautiful thing. What is the meaning? Anybody can say. This is there in the Adi Leela chapter 95-96 purport. Mahaprabhu is saying us to be a servant of the holy name, not to be a master of the holy name. Can anybody say that? We'll just discuss it and we'll wrap it up. What is this? Essence of this? To be a servant of the holy name, not the master of the holy name.
That means
Yes.
the holy name should automatically come. It should not within, like it should automatically come within automatically. It's not dependent on the desire, my desire.
Very good. Very good.
When it comes automatically, that means I am the servant. So what I am doing with the direction of the holy name. And when it is not my desire, whenever I want, I will chant. Whenever I don't want,
Yes.
I will not chant.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else?
We have to chant.
Yes, bro. Okay. Very good. Yes, bro.
We are being a devotee, we are a dancer, so we are a servant of the Lord.
Okay.
Lord is indifferent from His holy name. So we
Yes.
should be-
Yes. So how do you really see it practically that we are servant of the holy name? Yes, bro.
Limited understanding to master of holy name means we are thinking that we are in control. We know now that I have got the taste of holy name, hence I am the master. But following the holy name means never. We should keep thinking that we have to keep improving. We have to keep surrendering. It's not
Very
that we
good.
are in control.
Very good. Yes, bro.
My understanding is like servant always serves with the master. So we should be in that attitude.
Yes.
Chanting.
Yes.
We should not become the master.
Practically, what does it mean?
Dasanudas.
Dasanudas. Yes, that's the mood of Raja kahe, ami tomar dasera nudas, Vritya kahe, ye
Ram Rajya,
right?
Ram Rajya.
But then how does it really practically apply into our life? Yes, Mataji.
By saying holy name, we should beg. We should beg.
Very good. We should beg for the holy name. We should pray to the holy name. Yes. All of you are right. Yes, bro.
After chanting, we should be ready to serve.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yes, that's what we beg, while chanting the holy name. Oh Lord, please engage us in your devotional service. That's what Prabhupada has really understand, explain to us. We should understand. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
We should not seek pleasure in chanting.
Sorry, Prabhu.
We should not seek pleasure.
Yes, yes. Very nice point Prabhuji said. Yes, Prabhu, you were saying.
That only we should chant in the mode of service. Like
In the mood of service. Yes, anybody else? And all of you. Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. Yes. All of you got it right, right? But we should really meditate on it, right? While we, start chanting the holy name of the Lord, we should see that this holy name is not different than the Lord, right? We are just sitting in front of the Lord, and the Lord is chanting in our tongue, right? And if the Lord is chanting, the name is the Lord Himself, Abhinatvam Namanam, should you really tell that master? No, now stop. Now I have to read my WhatsApp message. Right? Will you tell our master? Servant means, we are following your master. And master is telling that, yes, this is the time to take shelter. This is the time between you and me. Right? At least during the chanting of the holy name, right, this 2-hour time, we just meditate on this only one sentence. I am with my master. Right? At this point of time, I should not dictate what the Lord should do, what the holy name should do. That you should stop, go away from my tongue, go away from my mind. Right? We should beg. Hey Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patita Mam Visale Bhavam Buddho Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Dhodi Sadrusam Vichintaya. And that's the only mood of a devotee. This is the most important lesson that we can really learn. That once we go through this Vidhi Marga process, through the chanting of the holy name, following 4 regulative principles, taking shelter of the devotees, right? And then, yes, we will be also mad for Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments?
We have some
Orientation, Shiksha orientation.
Okay, so I think there are some
You will connect this.
orientations happening, so there will be. This Zoom session is already there. Thank you very much. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृतम की जय, श्री प्रकाश गोस्वामी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।